Good morning, good afternoon. I'm Matthew. We are here at the Veterans National Shrine Memorial Museum on O'Day Road, 2122, Fort Wayne, Indiana, and we will be going over what a World War I American Doughboy uniform for the winter would look like. So usually they would have their winter overcoat. So this is worn during the winter, has good pockets, kept nice and warm. Soldiers usually were good and warm in it. So without the jacket, they would have their normal dress tunic over it, which was all made out of wool. So here's the full jacket. This is back. And both sides did use trench jackets during the First World War. So, the official uniform for the winter was olive green. You had their Doughboy helmets, or Brodie helmets, what the British used. These were mainly mass-produced. You can learn more about the British and American Brodie helmets in our other video. So, under the jacket, they had another wool undershirt that they would keep. Everything during the war and time period was made of wool. So there's the undershirt. Just normal buttons, nothing fancy. Unlike the main battle uniform. So, there are multiple things that an American soldier would carry on the battlefield, one of them being web gear. Here we have normal web gear which you would wear around the jacket, and this one actually has pistol clips in it. So you put in your ammunition for the pistols, put in your gun, help this carries it around with you so you know exactly where it is. And they varied shapes, sizes. You got this one which is a little bigger, has more ammunition clips. Now, differentiations of the uniform. The summer one was more of a bright beige-ish, whereas the winter one was a dark olive dab, which I'm wearing now. So I'm currently wearing the 1917 dark olive one. During also World War I, they would wear campaign caps, unlike the garrison, which was not as popular during World War II. However, they did wear it during World War I, since service caps replaced that. They did keep the garrison cap. So, next difference of the uniform is the dog tags. Here is 2 dog tags right here. Which belonged to Edward Kritzer. So they were the same thing, same numbers written on them. You would take one off, keep one with the body. You'd give the other to the family members, and etc. So, we also have field binoculars that would have been used during the time period. There's its case. And then right here, we have binoculars, which could change. Got shadows. Normal binoculars, you look, you see the enemy, let them know. Another important thing that each soldier would carry with them is medic kits. Here we have a original World War I medical kit, which would have first aid if you want med kit first aid, which this one was produced by the Bauer and Black company in Chicago. This is from 1916, November 2nd. Now, for food and water, usually they would have canteen cups. Here we have the canteen cup, which this one actually has some graffiti on it. So you pour your drink in here, drink it like a cup, coffee cup. It's really easy to take apart actually. Just pull that down. Back here, there's a little clip that goes up. Push it down. And then, there you go. You got a cup you can boil, you can do whatever. We also have more right down here. Next here that came with it, we have a drinking canteen, which is where you would store your water. Pretty basic. We still use the same type of design nowadays, it's just different material. Next here we have what soldiers would use to carry their personal belongings. Right there, so you got extra pieces to pack up. So you keep that, have personal items, whatever you want. So yeah, and then on the battlefield, they did encourage their soldiers to shave. So they would supply shaving cream and razors, which is what would have been in this box at the time period. So this one is made by Koken, Barber SOS, Solgen, Germany, New Charmer. So the next valuable piece of equipment that would have been issued to an American soldier during the war was a knapsack. So here is where you would have your food canteen, which is what's carried in here. Now these do get a bit tough due to the age of these, but they're pretty easy to put together and close. So right here we have mess kit. So we'll put the sack to the side for now until we go over that. But right here is what you would eat. It's like an eating tray. School lunches, if you think about it, you get a tray. You open it here, and it's two pieces. Right here is the handle. You open it. You got a tray, and you got the main thing. So you can boil it over, you can do whatever you need. So these were usually two pieces that were issued with the soldier for eating. They would also get utensils, all that, and etc., which were needed. Now the rest of the knapsack was placed on the back, so you could put extra gear in here. It would be attached to the webbing gear, which we talked about earlier right here. So you have this around your waist, right above your waist around that area. And you have clips right here, which you would clip into the holes that are in the webbing belt itself. Now, one of the most essential pieces of an American soldier and what he would be wearing is a gas mask. World War I was notorious for gas attacks. So right here we have a World War I American gas mask that would have been used by the Doughboys, which is in really good condition for the ones we have here at the Veterans Natural Shrine Memorial Museum. Just gotta be slow and careful with them. Due to the age, the rubber does like to harden up, and it makes it a lot harder to get the rubber out. So here we have an American gas mask, as well as its canister. This one is number 4, so they would issue the numbers on the front of the gas mask. Here we have the canister, which is what held the equipment inside the gas mask to filter out the gas and give the soldier clean air. And it usually had an elastic strap right here, which would go around the soldier's head. So right here would be the part on the soldier's face. You'd cover in, you'd breathe it in. The gas would come through here into the filter. It would clean out the toxins that are in it, and it would go into the hose, into the wearer's face, and then they would exhale it out. This was a very crucial part because gas was a very new and a very dangerous weapon during the time period. So, another thing that could have been found on the battlefield is a bugle. So, bugles are generally used to signal the troops. They're also known, especially for World War I, is what sounded the armistice. So at the 11th of November at 11 o'clock, they would have played this, and the armistice would have been signaled on. Another important piece of equipment, now this goes for medical equipment, so medics that are out on the field, are medical drugs, which here we have a variety of them. We have pain medicine, we have aspirin, Salol. What is here? We have amaniide, phenomal flatalion, camolel, phanes, quain, dovin, tinct, and more imadin. So inside here we have the original pills that would have been on a medic who would have given these to the soldier depending their ailment. And it was really easy to carry. They would usually carry it on their knapsacks. Closed up. The entire thing together, closed up. Looks like that right there. Very easy. Have it on the side of your pack. Now, another piece right here that we have is trench art. World War I was notorious for trench art. So right here, we have a wooden pointer with a bullet at the end somebody put on, which is dented. So trench art was used a lot. It was made in the spare time of soldiers. For example, you can make picture frames, whistles, and we have a lot of that over there in our other cases. But these generally were what were important for passing the time. If you didn't have cards, you're sitting in the trench waiting. If you're not doing anything important, you're making something. Right into your family. And that really boosted the morale of soldiers, seeing especially what the conditions they were in. Now, for the full-on uniform right here, we have the jacket, like we stated before, olive drab, and then you also had the pants made of the same material, all wool, and then soldiers would have two types of gear that were meant to keep the mud and bugs out of their boots. You have puttees, which is a sort of piece of equipment that you would wrap around your boot and your foot. It will keep the bugs out. And then you got gaiters, which are more of like wrap around, tie it. So right now I am wearing American puttees over my boots. So we're gonna flip around. And right there, we got American puttees, which usually matched with the pants, and then I have the boots. So that there is what an American soldier would wear during the time period of the First World War. You got their helmet, which was the main essential, which if you want to learn more information again, go watch our other video about the World War I Doughboy helmet. You have the campaign cap, which was phased out during World War II with the service cap. And then you also have its second equivalent, which was the garrison cap. Next video, we will try to talk about the weapons, like the bayonets and the guns that the soldiers used during the First World War. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment for more content. If you have anything specific, we'll try to reach out that request. If you want to try to find us, we have our official website link in the description. If you want to come visit us, we are on O'Day Road, 2122, Fort Wayne, Indiana. So, thank you for watching. Have a good day.